Well, life, kind of like you said, really. I think everybody's affected by it. Even if you're not religious, you're affected by people that are continuously fighting over something. And I mean, and I don't think you have to be religious to have a feeling of, maybe you did something wrong and it doesn't feel right, or sorrow for something. That's kind of all it's about to me. That's as far as it goes, and I guess it's kind of like it is religious, in a way.
We're not a religious band. We're not singing these songs to try and preach to anyone. It's kind of it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I don't know. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of religions and all they have to kind of proclaim, but they, kind of what you figure out on your own, and what you kind of the pieces you pick up from whose truths that you hear that feel right is much more important than going inside someone else's walls and I don't know, getting fed a line that's worked for a bunch of people before them, and it's built in tradition and bad tradition and all that it's been made up to. But I don't know. I think Christianity is pretty much destroying the message of Jesus, if there ever was one that was supposed to get across. I think that was lost. I think everyone can agree on that. But besides that, it doesn't really matter. You either kind of believe there's something more than you, and if you can presume that you know what the hell that is, you're probably wrong. So it's best just to kind of, I don't know, find your own time and your own way.
One thing we were thinking about with this album was definitely just even gospel blues. That kind of music has turned into, at least the majority of it, and the mainstream version of it has really turned kind of preachy. It's kind of, how beautiful, God is, and come join us, and you will be redeemed. It was like I never got that from blues and gospel, from kind of where it originated from, anyways. I never got that. I never got preachy. I just got it was personal. It was kind of like, this is me kind of talking about it, and if you feel the same way, then great. If you don't, great. It doesn't matter. Just coming at it from that side, I think is a good place to come from. Yeah, you don't get the essence of the record at all with those two songs. But you get a hint at a couple things, and those are the two kind of diverse. The first one's kind of bluesy, the second one is not so bluesy, and that's kind of what the album is. It's a mixture of blues and kind of rock and kind of, I guess, pop and a couple things, And I guess you get the kind of acoustic element in both a little bit, so it kind of ties together. Those are kind of the cross sections of the album, those two songs. But yeah, that's kind of how we've always been about trying to make an album, and then that's it, Not about one song, that's done all the time. Yeah, well, he's playing piano on a couple songs, playing acoustic guitar a little more.
There's a lot of changes, but I don't think it's like it's not as striking as people think it's going to be, which is actually a compliment to me, because our whole idea was to try and merge kind of the old songs with the new, and it's just kind of a way that we play that kind of glues the whole thing together, and I can't really explain it more than that. We add in other instruments. There's a lot more. There's trombones, there's slide, there's harmonica, there's a lot of different. We have a friend of ours playing on stage on a couple songs. There's B3 organ. But it doesn't really matter. You don't think about it really, because it's kind of it kind of all fits together somehow, and it's indescribable. But if we do it right and we don't muck it up, it's pretty fun.
Some people think it doesn't mix at all. I think those magazines do it on their own, you know. They pick a band, they go after them for a while, and then they pick a band and then go after them for a while. That's just how it is. That's how they do it. That's how, it's pretty easy. If you don't play the game, we don't want a whole lot to do with it. It's nice if people, they like the band, they put you on the cover, they put a headline above it, and then the next headline is, these guys lost it, and, we hate them. So it comes and goes. It's not our job. That's their job.
The whole record, the art that we made was trying to get back to kind of an older feeling, kind of a nostalgia in the best sense of the word, where you felt like you actually had a great, old vinyl in your hand. And I don't know, it's just something that's slowly getting lost, like with downloading and everything, and you don't really care as much about what you own besides the megabytes. So yeah, it's not. I wanted to make it as great as we could, and something that kind of felt like the music felt, that it was partially from an older place, but it still had some newer elements in it. And I think that at the back we actually tried to create a similar thing to this old Nico record that we saw, and we put poems on the back of it that we'd written, just to kind of I don't know if people remember, but there was always in the back of old Dylan records or Rolling Stones records, there'd be a writing, and be like Bob Dylan would just write the stream of consciousness or some dream that he had, or Andrew Loog Oldham would write something about how great he thinks the Rolling Stones are on the back of their record. It didn't really matter. It just felt like something kind of more is kind of being communicated. And we tried to do poems with this record because it felt like this album. It's kind of more based in words than music, or equally for once. And that's all she wrote. I don't know. I've always been of the opinion black is full of color. Full of it. I could be wrong. They say you mix all the colors and you get white, but when I close my eyes, I don't see black. I see color. I see a lot of colors. So to me, it's full of color. You're just going to edit this down, so it's just going to say Black Roman Motorcycle Club, full of it. And that's pretty. I know how you little snaky MTV people work. Chop chop. No, it's a beautiful color. It's all you need, and a little bit of brown. And you don't have to wash as much. You don't have to wash your clothes because then dirt doesn't show up. That's right. Yeah. But as far as defining the music, nothing. That's other people's job to do.